Now, the dispute over Gibraltar seems to have escalated, with Spain saying it may raise the issue with the territory's sovereignty at the United Nations. And the government here has said it's considering legal action against Spain over the additional checks which have been causing long border delays. All of this comes as Royal Navy vessels head for the British territory as part of a routine exercise in the Mediterranean. The underlying dispute has gone on for centuries, but this most recent spat erupted last month after Gibraltar dropped concrete blocks into disputed waters to create an artificial reef. Shortly afterwards, Spain toughened up their border checks at the border with Gibraltar, causing long traffic queues, 2 hours long, going into the territory yesterday. Then, Spain's foreign minister suggested introducing a £40 fee to cross that border and even closing Spain's airspace to those planes wanting to land in Gibraltar. Well, our correspondent Rajesh Merchandani has the latest from the Foreign Office. Rajesh.
This is the latest in what's been a tit-for-tat row brewing over the summer between Britain and Spain over Gibraltar, stoked by those very long delays that people have been experiencing trying to get in and out of Gibraltar. In about the last hour, a Number 10 spokesman issued a statement saying clearly the Prime Minister is disappointed by the failure of Spain to remove the additional border checks this weekend. We're now considering what legal action is open to us. This actually after David Cameron spoke to his counterpart, Mariano Rajoy, about this very issue. The statement goes on, this would be an unprecedented step, so we want to consider it carefully before making a decision to pursue. I think that last line tells us that Number 10 doesn't really know what it's going to do, except it's very angry about this. We know that the British Chargé d'Affaires in Madrid is writing a formal letter of complaint today and giving it to Spanish authorities there to register Britain's displeasure over this issue. But doing a little bit of research, what are the options open to the British government? Well, I mean, they could take this to the International Court of Justice, the UN-administered body that's set up to administer arbitrate disputes between member states. More likely they'll want to do something within the EU framework, and there is the European Court of Justice and EU laws which govern how people cross borders between member states. And Gibraltar, of course, will be governed by that because its external relations are done by Britain. So it may be something along the lines of the European Court of Justice, which talks about freedom of access of citizens of member states between countries. But at the moment, I think, as we've heard from this statement, British government not really sure where it's going, but this is an escalating row.
Rajesh Merchandani speaking to us from the Foreign Office. Now, police